Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining me. I was trying to get on here over the last 2 hours, but I've been having lots of calls coming in today. You know, the one thing that I do want to say to everyone is this, when we say connect to your breath, put a slight smile on, that might be something that you really want to focus on and give your full attention. And I'm going to tell you why, okay? Today I had a lady call, and we will be doing a consult on her. So the reality is that she said that she felt like something was sitting on top of her brain and crushing her brain. Now, does anybody understand something that your body is continually giving you messages, okay? And that you're always going to have inflammation of the brain before you have it anywhere else in your body, that thoughts do matter. And whether you want to believe this or not, you're all programmed. Every one of you are programmed. You either are going to program yourself and brainwash yourself, or you are just going to be like 99.9999% of the population. And I do mean that. I hardly meet anybody that is a critical thinker. I hardly meet anybody that understands what I'm saying is that one love, one law, unconditional love for yourself, first and foremost, is the only way that you're going to rock this world, that you're going to have the world that you deserve. You're going to get everything that you deserve. And I mean in a good way. Understand something. You can roll the dice like random, like everybody else, and just believe that your beliefs are yours. What a BS statement that is. Dysfunctional belief systems. Everybody believes that their personality that they had was God-given. No, your spirit was God-given. Okay, your personality was driven. How was it driven? Down your throat. It was driven down your throat by those beautiful parents that love you the best that they could, but they were adulterated. They didn't know what was going on, okay? They didn't. And guess what? Most people will never know what's going on. I know that only 1% of 1% of 1% of the population will ever buy into my BS. And I get that. I don't need people to actually say that they, I match up to you, Dr. Wolfe, because I don't think that that's ever going to happen too often. And I'm not telling you that I'm up here and you're down here. I'm trying to tell you that we are all authentic human beings and we're all searching and we're all going to have different belief systems. So when you come and you listen to me, just take the ones that empower you, that make you feel beautiful. I don't want you to change your belief systems except for the ones that are ruining your life. 1 second here. Ray? Hello, Ray?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, don't hang up on me because it just messes up my feed, okay?
Oh, okay.
And if you do, I'll call you back. Is that okay?
Yep.
All right. Thank you. Anyways, Ray's going to be coming on, everyone, because, okay, now understand something. I'm not giving you her last name. I'm telling you where she lives. But guess what? Like I said, I had a lady call me up today, and she had a spinal tap, okay? She had a biopsy, and she said ever since the biopsy, okay, that her life is ruined, okay? And I'm not going to talk about that today because I'm going to bring this lady on that she went and had a spinal tap and she had a biopsy. And I believe it, it put her over the edge. But understand something. Whether we believe it or not, we were already on the edge. And I'm trying to explain to her that was just the straw that broke the camel's back. When we talk to Ray today, as Ray's listening to me right now, I want Ray to understand that if Ray changes her personality, she'll change her reality. I want Ray to understand that she got her brain to go on fire. So we've got two different ladies. Okay, one lady who says that now she's 230 pounds. Okay, all right, 230 pounds, and she said that she was the right weight before. Okay, that she was the perfect weight before, but then she had these surgeries, and that put her over the edge. Understand something. We are subconscious. We are unconscious of our subconscious beliefs. I need you to get that. And every symptom that you have is a message from your body that you're out of alignment. Now, whether or not you've got tinnitus, whether or not you've got heart disease, whether or not you've got depression, which there is no such thing as depression, there's only anxiety. And I guarantee you that Ray had anxiety, okay, at stage 8 or 9, okay, when 10 is the top. and she didn't even realize it. So she was burning up her brain. And when you have anxiety and you're stressing out, what do? Do you think you're in a parasympathetic healing state? You're in an inner peace and calm? No. What you are is you're in fight or flight. So the problem is that we can't be in fight or flight for more than what? Are you ready for this? You can't be in fight or flight for more than 3 minutes. If you're in fight, fright, flight, freeze for more than 3 minutes, you are actually burning up your brain. Okay, did you ever have that problem where you can't seem to think straight? Well, guess what? You're dehydrated. Nobody gets this. But if you drank 3 quarts of warm, structured water, and here, let me just grab something, okay? This is live. Now, whether you believe this or not, I'll give you a 90-day money-back guarantee, guys. And then you can think, oh, here we go, the marketing pitch. No, I'll give you a 90-day money-back guarantee that you can run this through any tap around the world. And when you drink warm to hot water, 3 quarts if you're a woman, 4 quarts if you're a man, and if you're as big as a man, women, then you better drink 4 quarts or 4 liters. And if you do that, that's going to calm your body down. That's going to help to get rid of the acidity, because guess what? Hot water cleanses better than cold water. And a structure unit is better than anything on the planet. It's better than Kangen. It's better than reverse osmosis, distilled. It's better than carbon filtered. It's better than spring water, because structured water will hydrate 1,000% better, carry the information in, carry the nutrition in, bring the toxins out. And I'll give you a 90-day money-back guarantee. You can put any water through it, even tap water, and the frequency will actually protect you. The frequency that this creates will actually protect you against heavy metals, bad bacteria, and chemicals. And I'm willing to have anybody come on and challenge me about this, because this is real science. But understand, whether we're talking about somebody that has heart disease, or somebody has diabetes, that somebody has migraine headaches, somebody that has tinnitus, if we don't put enough water in, we're never going to get there. So the reality is we got to create a foundation and not look for always silver bullet therapy, right? Or trying to numb our body out with drugs. Now, let me keep going. So remember what I said? So whether or not, we'll talk to Ray, and Ray's listening, but I want her to be as honest as possible, because your subconscious will lie, cry, and justify all its belief systems. Oh, yes, it will. And if your belief systems are even killing you, it will still do it. See, the subconscious is a fear module. You know, people don't get this, but the subconscious is 90% of the brain, and it's just a computer, and you're only as smart as the thoughts you have in there, only as dumb as the thoughts you have in there, only as healthy as the thoughts you have in there. You're only as scared as the thoughts you have in there. You're only as courageous as the thoughts you have in there. And so when I tell you that Dr. Wolfe has no fear, okay, because the physical world, okay, will not interrupt my invisible world, which is the world of peace and calm. If you were to learn how to spread your wings and fly, that's first love yourself, whenever there's chaos around you, and just allow everybody else to go nuts, and just stay up there and fly and hover and smile, and guess what? And then land when everybody's done, because they'll all be exhausted, because a storm can't last forever, right? Okay? So the reality is that people are unconscious of their subconscious beliefs. And Ray got her tinnitus because she was on fire. Okay, now she got her, now Ray, just know this, don't defend yourself, because I'm not going to tell you that you have all of these things, but it's a mixture. So it could be sugar, it could be flour, it could be alcohol, it could be dairy, okay? It could be antibiotics, it could be any prescription drugs. Does anybody understand that today we're going to be talking about tinnitus, we're going to be talking about ear infection, that the sinuses go, if you could walk a little mini you could walk up your nose and go walk behind your eyes, and you could walk into your ears. They're all attached, okay? All right, so you have to understand that's a cave. Now, if a cave doesn't get enough light, okay? Now, I'm not trying to tell you that light goes into your ears. Some does, into your nose, into your eyes, okay? 1 second here. So light, when I'm saying light is in the blood, it's in circulation. Remember something, if you've got perfect circulation everywhere in your body, then you've got perfect health. Remember something, that any place that you have a dis-ease, you don't have proper circulation. So we've got to restore proper circulation, whether we have tinnitus or we have a heart problem, we have diabetes, doesn't really matter. Now, why would we get tinnitus? Well, first of all, there is a small nerve, okay, that runs from the inner ear all the way to the brain. How many people know that? How many people know that when you get tinnitus and it really starts ringing all the time, that it's on fire? It's on fire. That means it's inflamed. Now, I'm going to tell you, you know, that's the thing about WhatsApp. I mean, they get to call on the internet, and when you're on the internet, it's going to come through whether you like it or not. Okay, here we go. So what happens is when you stress out, let's look at all the reasons. So inflammatory foods, but the biggest one is inflammatory thoughts. Now, don't tell me that you're not exhausted. Don't tell me that you're not, your head is not all fired up and you feel pressure in your head when you're worried about something, when you're stressed out about something. Now, remember something. I told you that every time that you get stressed out, you dump adrenaline and cortisol. Now, we know that they have a very acid pH. We also know that when you don't drink enough water, what's the first thing that gets dehydrated? Your brain. So, okay, I don't know why I'm depressed. Well, the problem is that most people that have tinnitus, they didn't have depression, but what they did is they had anxiety, they didn't drink enough water, okay? They ate too many inflammatory foods. But the biggest one is stress. Okay, how many people know that the vagus nerve runs in the front and the back of the ear? How many people know that when you stress out, okay, you put your vagus nerve, which is called what? Okay, this is the longest nerve in the body, and this is the nerve that dumps dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. It's called the wandering nerve because this nerve is the longest nerve in the body, and it goes to all your organs. It goes to all parts of your body, and it delivers dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins, which is called the dose, which it will heal you. Though, you know, everything is about chemicals and hormones. All right. So you can deliver the hack, which is histamine, adrenaline, and cortisol when you're stressed out. And guess what? Just so you know, 99.9% of the population is stressed out all the time. Okay. They're exhausted, but they're not rested. How many people come home and they can't sleep at night and they're exhausted, but they're stressed out? That's because you had so much anxiety and you don't even realize that your personality creates it. And you don't even realize that you're addicted to the adrenaline rush. Everybody loves drugs. And adrenaline is a drug, but it's a hormone drug. Everybody, do you understand that cortisol is that way too? And these two drugs, you can only run them for 3 minutes, no longer. And if you run them longer than that, you're going to burn out your nervous system. You're going to have nervous system disorders. You're going to have autoimmune diseases, which means you were attacking yourself first here and now attacking yourself down here. And think about it. Ray has such ringing in her ears. Maybe she doesn't want to hear her husband speak. Maybe she's tired of listening to the world and what they're saying. Well, then guess what? Focus on things that you love to hear. Focus on people that you love to hear speak. Understand something. Remember something. Every illness that's created, okay, was created by the invisible. It created the physical, and it's called messages from your body. But nobody understands body talk, right? So the only time we understand body talk is when it is bothering us so much, and then we call it a disease, which is only a chronic symptom because you never really went to a natural health practitioner or a medical practitioner who even knows what they're doing, because all they were doing was treating you, not training you. So let's put it this way. If Ray does not take on what I'm going to tell her to do, then guess what? She will feel like she wants to kill herself. Ray, I just want you to know before I bring you on, I had tinnitus. And I would only have it when I went to bed, and when things were quiet, I could hear it. And I'm going to tell you how I got rid of it. And I'm also going to tell you that we have had people that have lost their hearing completely, that people have tinnitus that want to kill themselves. They've went everywhere, and we've showed them how to get rid of it. Now, you're going to have to be patient. And guess what? If you're not patient, you can remain a patient. Oh, won't that be cool? So if you are patient with yourself and you learn what I'm going to teach you, you'll become your own practitioner. And understand that we don't become our own practitioner, people. We are in big trouble. We're already in big trouble. You know, I said something, and I I might kick my butt someday for saying it, but I think that 30% of the population is going to leave within the next 7 years. And I don't think it's because of those psychos that we're serving. I really actually believe that we're serving ourselves so much poison, they don't need to do anything. We're just knocking ourselves off anyways. And as far as planet Earth, save the planet, it might burp and fart, but actually it's humankind that's going down, not the planet, okay? All right, so let's get back to this. So there's a small nerve that goes from the inner ear to the brain, and she's inflamed it. Now, the more inflammation that she creates, do you understand inflammation? Inflammation, inflame. Well, if there's a fire, we need to take water. If there's a fire, how are we going to soothe it? And understand this, where there's a fire and where there's inflammation, there's going to be what? Well, wherever there's inflammation, there's going to be dehydration. Does everybody know that? Hey, Grandpa, why are you walking like that? You're walking like a piece of beef jerky. Oh, I don't feel a thing. You know what? How many people do you know say that, guess what? I used to be in real bad pain, but now I'm just numbed out. Well, so much scar tissue and displaced calcium will numb it out. So what'll happen is Ray may lose her hearing completely. And the body will cause so much calcium to be pulled from the bones in the area, her jaw, and up around the ear, will pull calcium from there, and it will create scar tissue. That scar tissue will finally wrap around, okay, the nerve and calcify it so she's not in pain anymore, but she may lose her hearing. And let's not forget this, everyone, whether you believe it or not, okay? I wear my, where did I put them? I must have laid them down. I wear my Tesla glasses whenever I'm on a computer, whenever I'm on my phone, except when I'm doing a show so that people can see my eyes. But if you are someone who sits in front of a computer, you'll get tinnitus because of blue light poisoning. How many people know that blue light poisoning is worse than 5G? Okay, but how many people know that 4G, okay, 5G, okay, and blue light poisoning are causing tinnitus? How many people know that just not drinking enough water or structured water, which nature... So anyways, how many people know that if you don't turn off the Wi-Fi when you go to bed at night, guess what? I just said that this is a nerve, which is a wire that is carrying information from the inner ear to the brain, and it's on fire. So let me think here. A nerve, it's a wire, it carries information, electrical information. Would Wi-Fi, being electrical current that is very negative when I'm trying to sleep, would it add to it? How about me unplugging the lamp right beside my bed, the clock radio? How about unplugging everything in the room that could be having that? And also, how about me putting a timer that at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night, the Wi-Fi turns off and it doesn't turn on until 6? How about me not using Wi-Fi and getting a package on my phone that has... So, how about me getting a telephone that has unlimited data, right? Think about it. Okay? How about me getting a phone that has unlimited data? Guess what? Then I wouldn't be using my Wi-Fi. How about me taking my computer and hardlining it like old school? What about that? How about me just making sure that I just turn off my Wi-Fi when I'm not using it in my house and quit being a bloody zombie moron that just leaves it on all the time and doesn't wonders why I might have burning eyes, why I might have tinnitus, why I might have a burning mouth, why I have environmental illness. I mean, it's going to go on and on and on. Understand something, everyone. So just so you get this, these psychos, okay, they could have put scalar and Tesla light and frequencies on our phone, on our TV, and they didn't have to make LED lighting, which was blue light. They could have made full spectrum. Okay, I could go on, and then we'd all be healed, but that's not the deal. The deal is to keep you sick, to make sure that you're enslaved. Look at it. Could you rebel? Can you rebel against these psychos if you've got ringing ears or a headache or heart disease or cancer or depression? No, they can just control you for the rest of your life. They don't want to kill you because you work for them. And then they don't want to kill you. It's just a slow suffering life. And then by the time you're 50, you're so miserable and sick, you get to spend all your money and give it back to them because you're too old and too toxic and too programmed to understand that unconditional love and care for yourself is not the way, and you're just going to go to drugs to numb yourself out. So you end up losing all that money, and then they start chopping pieces out of you because you were inflamed, and that becomes scar tissue, and it's a scar tissue issue. You know what the doctor says, I'll keep an eye on it for you, which he doesn't. Okay, now, let's get back to the tinnitus. I'm sorry I went on a rant, but you may not believe this, but drugs cause tinnitus. Guess what? And the other thing is, if you eat dairy, and I would never eat dairy, but if you do, it better be organic. And if it's not organic, and if also you're eating animal products and they're not organic, did you know that if you eat dairy and you eat animal products and they're not organic, that in 1 month, you've taken equivalent of 1 week's worth of antibiotics? Because 80% of the antibiotics go into all the dairy products, all the animal products. Oh yeah, your Greek yogurt, it's full of it, okay? And guys, trust me, we're so easy to be programmed. So anyways, remember what I said, 1 week's worth of antibiotics therapy if you eat dairy and if you also eat animal products for 1 month. Okay, next thing. How many people know that dairy, okay, when a medical doctor's kind of awake, he'll go, well, if you've got a cold or flu, you need to stop doing dairy. Well, why would he tell you to stop when you have it and then tell you to get back on it when you don't? I mean, I hope you know, for all you Canadians, they took dairy off the food guide, Canadian food guide 2 years ago, but nobody told you that. Okay, they're just adding more dairy to the drive-thrus because that causes the inflammation. That'll cause tinnitus. That'll cause ear infections in kids. That'll cause sinus problems. Are you with me yet? Okay, so understand this. You got to get off of all animal products, okay? Now, meat, organic, free-range meat and things of that nature, they're not going to bother you, okay? They're not going to bother you if your bowels are moving. I mean, nobody needs a dead animal laying in your large intestine, which is 85% of your immune system rotting. But guess what? You ready for this? 95% of the population are rotting in their large intestine, which is 85% of your immune system. Go watch Holy Crap, the Holy Grail, your large intestine, in my library that's free. I'm going to tell you something. I don't care. Tell me whatever health school you went to or whatever doctorate you have. You can go into my library and I guarantee it will outshoot any training you've ever got. In my library, there's more master classes, more logical information that you'll ever get in your life, and I would like somebody to challenge me on that. It costs me about $150,000. It's a free library. Go in there and do, if you want, emotional Braveheart online class training. It's for, guys, it used to be $1,000. So go in and see if you can start mastering your mind. Go watch How to Become Number One at the Art of Number Two, because every one of you, your bowels are rotting out. If you don't believe me, that's where autoimmune disease comes from. It's your large intestine, not from your small intestine, not from your stomach. It's not gut-brain connection. It's actually large intestine-brain connection. And believe it or not, now you're saying, what's that got to do with tinnitus? Everything, everything. So you've got to get on a perfect day diet. You can go into my library and look at the 4 pillars of the perfect day, even maybe get a perfect day consultation. But let's get back to this. So I can tell you dehydration, so get structured water. The other thing is guess what? Everything you eat, it has light and frequency in it. But how high is the frequency and how much light is actually in it? All right? So you need to get that as well. And then if you go to my website and take a look at what's called the crab stretch, go to the docofdetox.com, go into my library, go into the do-it-yourself guide, start doing the pelvic squats, start doing the crab stretch. So what I'm going to be doing here, okay, on Saturday, I'm going to do Saturday morning, I'm going to do my full exercise routine that I do usually from 2:30 or 3:30 in the morning. Yeah, that's right. When I get up to pee, I don't go, oh my God, I got to go pee. I actually do a full exercise routine. It takes me about an hour, then I go back to bed. Okay? And that's how I get my exercise done because I'm too busy to do anything else. And guess what? I like to do that. I like to do my prayer at that time, my meditation at that time. And because my God only whispers, doesn't yell at me, I'd like to be able to hear it. So here we go. So I'm going to bring Ray on, and then we're going to talk about tinnitus today. But then tomorrow I'm going to be going on with a beautiful lady, and she's growing. Actually, I was supposed to do it today, but I ran behind, and I'd like to do it tomorrow. And she actually has a tumor growing on her breast because she didn't want to get chemo. She didn't want to get radiation. So she didn't know what to do. She did nothing. See what fear does? Fear could steal your life. False evidence appearing real. And we all need to become fearless. Okay? I'm serious. I'm serious. And guess what? They won with her. They win with everyone because they scare you. And that's what causes the trouble right there. You cannot be scared. You've got to find courage, everyone. So you say that you have faith. Well, you better find it. But you better believe in yourself as well. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just going to call Ray here because I've lost her again. Okay, and we're going to bring her on. Now, we're going to talk to Ray. We're going to find out what she does, how she eats, how she thinks, how she drinks, how she lives. And just remember something. Your subconscious will lie, cry, and justify to protect its beliefs. Hi, Ray.
Hello.
Hi, Ray.
How are you?
Good. Okay, Ray, how old are you?
67.
67 years old. Okay, we're just about the same age. All right. So, Ray, how much do you weigh?
114 pounds.
114. And how tall are you?
I'm about 5'2.5".
5'2.5". Okay, all right. All right, so talk to me. Tell me what your symptoms are. And
About 3.5 years ago, I got severe, out of the blue, anxiety that I couldn't control my feelings and my sensations in my body. So a doctor put me on something called amitriptyline.
Okay, now we're going to stop for a second. So here's the deal. What did I tell you? Now, Ray, did we talk about your problem yet? We didn't, did we?
No.
Okay, so what did I tell you? I told you that tinnitus is mainly caused because of anxiety. So when you get anxiety, guess what? This is called right here, your vagus nerve. Your vagus nerve dumps your dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. And guess what? These psychos that are creating fear in the world, false evidence appearing real, they just want to scare us. I'm never going to be scared again. Nobody will ever scare me again. Ray, say that right now. Nobody's ever going to scare me again.
Scare me again.
That's right, but they're going to, Ray, because you don't practice breathing and smiling, and you're going to need to go into the 12 loving steps in my library, and I want you to start doing the Braveheart mirror work, where you actually 10 times repeat the whole Braveheart. But listen to me, this is very important if you want to get there, because Ray, guess what? We can go in and we can bring down the ringing, but guess what? You're just going to keep on letting people ding your doorbell until you understand that you are scared and you believe that you need to be on guard because something's going to go wrong all the time. So you've had anxiety since you were a little girl. You've always been fearful. You've always felt that you're not enough. You're not enough, not pretty enough, not good enough. And guess what? Not going to measure up enough. How am I doing?
You're doing well.
Thank you. Okay, and that's it. Okay.
So can I just say something?
Yep.
When I was put on the amitriptyline, the third day, I felt completely better, but I started with the ringing in my ear.
Okay, but guess what? But guess what? 1 second, Ray. 1 second. Do you know what that drug does? That drug stops you from feeling.
Right, I know. That's what I know.
I know, but guess what? Hold on a second.
I'm no longer on it. I went off it. What happened was I got a tooth pulled, and that's when the tinnitus got severe. So
okay, well, let's 1 second. So was it a wisdom tooth?
Yes, bottom.
Okay, so it was a wisdom tooth, guys, and it was back here. Can anybody tell me what runs right here? Right here. The vagus nerve.
The vagus nerve.
That's right. And guess what? When they pulled your tooth, okay, it inflamed, guess what? People will say, when I got my wisdom tooth pulled, my neck is stiff now. My jaw is stiff now.
Right.
Yeah, but guess what? 1 second, you got to let me talk. You really have to. And then I'm going to go, we'll kind of play pinball here, right? Okay, so when the tooth gets pulled, what does inflammation cause, Ray?
Lots of things.
No, well, see, that's the thing, Ray. If you don't know what it causes, then it's trouble for you. So the main thing that inflammation causes is it turns connective tissue, whether it's tendons, ligaments, muscles, okay, or organs into scar tissue, beef jerky. Do you get this?
Yes.
Okay, now what does it do? Because you're just one big ball of anxiety and you've been since a little girl. The reality is you've always had the fire burning, right? That was just the straw that broke the camel's back. But remember, that type of, when somebody gets their tooth pulled, does that give tinnitus to everyone?
No.
Okay, that's right. Because we know that with the anxiety, there was crystallization, there was calcification going on in this area, right? Stress. If you're stressed out, you know, you're going to lock up the parasympathetic, which is the vagus nerve. And tell me, every time that you've had anxiety, how stiff was your neck, Ray?
Not my neck, my stomach.
Okay. How stiff was your neck? It didn't have free motion.
I've never had a stiff neck that I can remember.
Then guess what? Then you have a stiff neck since you were a little girl.
Okay.
Okay, so now when you say your stomach, was it your large intestine, your small intestine, was it your stomach?
I have no idea.
Well, where did you feel nauseous? Did you feel nauseous in the upper part of your abdomen or your lower? Hello?
Below my belly button.
Just below. Okay, so guess what that means? That means not letting go. Okay. So that was your large intestine, and that means that you're unwilling to let go of something.
It's amazing. I'm going to tell you something, just because you're so smart.
Well, I'm not smart. Okay, first of all, I'm not smart. The body is smart.
Yeah, when my dad died, I was 25, and I had pain and nauseous under there for a year and a half because I didn't want to let him go. And when I finally mourned him, all that went away.
Okay, but guess what? You did the damage already. So the reality is this. So that's why you didn't want to let him go. So now we know you got a bowel problem. So you don't poop very good, okay? Because that's a program of not letting go. You've never pooped very well. So that means you've been pooping in your pelvis. So that means that all of this infection gets into the bloodstream, but it also gets into your pelvis. It creates low back problems. It creates hip problems. You know, whether people want to believe it or not, 95 to 98% of all low back surgery and all hip surgery does not have to happen, even if they book you for it. You need to stop pooping in your pelvis, and you need to reverse the scar tissue and get the calcium back into the bones, even if they say you're bone on bone. So let's put that away for now. But the reality is this, okay? All of that stress, missing him, all of that fear, okay? What it did was, okay, and also, do you ever have any TMJ problems, Ray?
No.
So
they tested me. You know, I've been to 3 dentists, and they say no.
Okay, all right.
But I've had parasites. I had parasites about 7 years ago.
No, hold on. You have parasites that you know you do. So just so you know, Ray, 99% of the population has parasites. 99% of the population.
I got so bad, I got chronic hives from them. So then I did a parasite cleanse for a while.
Okay. Parasite cleanses actually don't work, but that's okay. The only thing that I've ever seen to work for parasites, and we need to take that. Okay, there's one product that will work, and you'll never have parasites, and you will not have a collection of heavy metals. Okay, you will not have a collection of GMOs or chemicals in your body, and that's humic fulvic. And I'll tell you something. Our black diamond and black gold, our black gold takes care of the digestive tract. Our black diamond goes into your bloodstream and your brain. And if you take a little bit every day, then you'll never have it. You know what? This is the way the world works, Ray. I'm going to wait until I'm in trouble, and then I'm going to go cleanse it out. If we did a gentle, baby, loving step program called The Perfect Day Every Day, we would not have a disease. A disease means a symptom that was not looked after properly. And a chronic disease, okay, understand something. Anybody with a chronic disease is full of parasites. You cannot have a disease and not be full of parasites. You're out of harmony, out of balance. Okay? You still have parasites. You just don't have them showing and rearing their ugly little faces at you. Okay?
So what I've been doing for about a year is a very clean diet, no dairy, no wheat, organic vegetables, some raw, some not. Same with fruit. Organic meat.
Okay, if I can say something, if you're not going to do organic vegetables, don't worry about it. Long as you do this, if you put your organic vegetables, and I mean this in the best way, in structured water, it'll neutralize the chemicals. People don't get that.
Right,
okay?
I've seen you tell me that.
Yeah.
So I eat meat, but only grass-fed meat that my daughter raises. My eggs.
Okay, but 1 second. You can't eat a lot of meat, okay? Because we already know that you don't let go. You don't let go. And so how many dead animals is it going to take for you to become well?
Okay. So can you guide me in the direction to get well?
Well, first of all, if you are going to eat meat, you got to make sure you food combine it. Don't mix it with starches. Next thing is if you're going to eat meat, make sure that you chew it to that it's a liquid in your mouth. Okay.
Okay, and I don't eat starches. I don't eat any potatoes.
I get it, but yeah, that's great. But I'm just saying that guess what? If you can't let go, then do you think that you might have putrefaction in your large intestine from meat products before fruit, veggies, grains, lentils, beans? Yes.
I don't eat beans.
It doesn't matter, but
okay, I'm just letting you know I eat meat, vegetables, some fruit, and no dairy, no wheat, and water with lemon, clean water, chamomile tea once in a while.
It's okay. We don't need to know all the stuff. How much water do you drink a day, and what kind?
About a gallon. I have my water delivered, so hopefully it's spring.
No. Okay, the whole water delivered is a crock. There's 120 to 125 chemicals in all bottled water, so that's a crock you just got sold down the river. Whether you believe it or not, I'll go around the world. I'll go around the world and put this under any tap. Okay, any tap. I mean, as long as it doesn't come out yellow. The reality is structured water is protected. Whether there's heavy metals, chemicals in it, it doesn't go into the cells and harm it. People don't get that. Frequency overrides the invisible, overrides the physical. Even if you were to filter your water, you still have the frequency of who drank it in there. You still have the frequency of the drugs in there, the heavy metals in there. I could keep going. You know, as far as people know, people do not understand health. Hardly any natural health practitioners really understand health. And understand, you'll know when a practitioner understands health when they're going to give you a money-back guarantee that their work is going to work. But you've got to just take massive personal action and then going to want to do that.
So can you guide me?
Yeah, I can. So here's the deal. So let's go through some things. I wish I would have had another tripod here. Let me just figure out something. No, I'll just have to hold it here until you speak. All right. First of all, what we want to do is you see this here? That's called infinite iodine. Have you ever heard of it?
I take iodine, not infinite. It's by Luigi's.
No, it's Lugos.
Yes, that's the one I take.
And guess what? Can I say something? And then I want everybody to research it. I just showed you the only pure iodine in the world. Okay. Nacean iodine and Lugos iodine is not pure. And if you take too much of it, you can blow your thyroid out. How am I doing?
And I can get that on your site, correct?
Now, let me just explain this, though. I want everybody to challenge me, though, because I make big claims. All right?
I'm not challenged.
So, but you can. No, 1 second. It's okay. I didn't mean you. I'm talking to a lot of people. So I don't mind being challenged. If you go to my website, you'll take a look at this and go see the studies done. This is the only non-toxic iodine in the world. We have breast cancer patients doing 1.5 ounces of this a day. Now, you could not take 1.5 ounces of any other iodine. You'd blow your thyroid out. And this iodine, guess what you can do with it? You can put this iodine in your eyes. It'll actually get rid of any type of infection in your eyes. Now, what do I want you to do? I want you to actually get a nebulizer. And you're going to go, why would I get a nebulizer? Well, did I tell you at the very beginning that your eyes, your nose, and your ears are all connected?
Yes.
So what if you were to get a nebulizer and you were to put 1/3 infinite iodine in, and so that's 1 part infinite iodine and 3 parts distilled water. And if you have it structured, we know structured distilled water has 1,000% better hydration. Now, what if you were to put 1 part infinite iodine, 3 parts structured distilled water in a nebulizer, and you were to nebulize all day long, like as if you were addicted to it, and you were to nebulize into your nose, would that go in behind your eyes and actually start coming up into your brain and your ears?
Okay.
You do your research, but it's logical. And infinite iodine will neutralize a viral infection in 15 seconds. It'll neutralize bad bacteria in 15 seconds. It will neutralize mold in 15 seconds. So understand, if I keep doing something and I neutralize infection, eliminate it, and if I keep it there and the infection doesn't come back in, and the inflammation doesn't come back in, I'm not creating more scar tissue formation and more calcification. And that means that I'm going to have tissue regeneration. Does that sound logical?
Yes.
Now, guess what? You know what else you're going to do? You can take infinite iodine, okay, this infinite iodine here. We have infinite iodine for people who have thyroid problems. They can take that as well. And like I said, you will never, ever blow your thyroid out. And, anyways, we can talk about that another time. But the infinite iodine, when you do it, it disinfects anything it touches. And it's a gas now, so it's going into your brain, it's going into your bloodstream, it's going into your lungs, it's going to go behind your eyes, and it's going to go into your ear canal. Now, we know that it'll bring down inflammation. We also know that it will not cause any toxicity. And once this disinfects, this turns into iodide. Infinite iodine turns into infinite iodide after it's done its disinfecting, and it goes to help to support your thyroid and your pineal gland and your parathyroid, okay?
Yeah.
Now, we're not going to stop there. You're going to put a little bit of that into an eyedropper bottle, and what do you think you're going to do? Let's say, if it's convenient, and if you can do this, I'm not saying you can, but you told me that the tinnitus was getting to the point that you want to kill yourself. Right?
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean you're going to kill yourself. It's just that, listen, when I had tinnitus, it didn't make me go insane, but if it got worse and it never stopped, and even during the day it was happening, it's like you will go psycho. I get it.
24 hours a day and it gets very loud.
I know, but listen to me. I still need you to do a few other things, and we'll talk about the whole emotional thing. Do you understand?
Yes.
And we'll talk about that. We'll do the physical thing. We'll do the emotional thing. Why do we do the physical thing? Talk about it first. Well, the emotional thing is 95% of your healing. I hope you get that. Mm-hmm. But the physical thing, I'm going to prove to you that we can get your tinnitus to calm down, okay, and back off. But if you keep running the same program, okay, all right, of using everybody to fill up your heart and to make you feel loved and cared for, then you are going to be a terrorist to yourself for the rest of your life. Now, I'm going to ask you one question before we go into the physical part. Do not answer this. I'm going to come back and ask it later. Do you, Ray?
Yes.
I want you to think about this, and I'm going to come back and ask you after we're done the physical part. Do you know what self-love is? And do you think you even love yourself a little bit? Now, don't answer it. I want you to be honest, and I'll come back and ask you. Okay? Because understand something, Ray. Dr. Wolfe, you'll never hear of him having a disease or in the hospital or he's off sick for a day. And understand, the only people that get sick are people who are out of balance and people who are not in control of their thoughts. It's not just a thought. And understand something. Your imagination, and understand something, Ray, you've imagined yourself without your father, lonely. What will I do without him? And you've imagined yourself without other people. What will I do without them? I'll die without this. I'll die without that. I mean, how many times have you died? And every time you do that, you're dumping adrenaline and cortisol into your body like a bucket. Like a bucket. And you need to get it. I got to tell you something. I love you all, but 99.9% of the population is insane today. If you knew what we heard today from people, okay, from swearing at us, to yelling at us, to telling us they're going to kill themselves, okay, I had 2 people, and I'm going to bring these people on and start doing lives. Guys, do you know why we do lives? Because there's so many people out there that desperately need to know that they're loved and that they're not going to ever feel the love that they're going to need on this planet unless it's self-served. Love is just an ingredient. Unless you're going to fill up your own heart, you are going to be heartbroken, okay? Your heart's going to be empty. She broke my heart. He broke my heart. I will die without you. This has got to stop. They have taken us human beings and made us into human doings, and they've made us into victims. Listen, today, I get into more trouble with my mouth than ever, okay? Because everybody gets offended so easy. Everybody says, give me different, and then when we try to give you different or show you there's a different way, we get offended because we don't understand that our beliefs create every symptom and every disease, and there is no diseases, and that's it. Now here it is. You think about that. I'm going to come back and ask you this, okay? So now what I want you to do is I want you to take infinite iodine, and I want you to take at least, okay, 8 to 10 drops. It's inexpensive.
Yeah.
And you're going to lay on your side. Which side is the worst, or are they both shot now?
They're both. They've always been both.
Okay, then guess what? Then you are 10 out of 10 anxiety. And I guarantee you, why don't you ask the people, they love you and care for you. You've got a beautiful heart. I know this. I'm an intuitive. You've got a beautiful spirit, but you run an anxiety program, and ask the people that love you if you're not causing anxiety in your relationship with them. Just ask them. And you don't even understand, but you think it's normal. And you also think that if you're not anxious, you're not protecting yourself and your family. Am I right or wrong?
I guess. I mean, I'm anxious now because of the noise. I can't.
You were anxious before the noise.
Yes, I was.
And
But
guess
I'm
what?
also now.
I'm going to tell you something. The noise will stop when you stop the anxiety. Because guess what? Would you rather the noise or be dead already? You're lucky you didn't stroke out or have a heart attack, okay? Or have cancer already, because cancer is just stage 4 inflammation. Did you know that? That's all it is.
I know that from you.
Well, guess what? That's all it is. So would you rather the ringing in your ears, or would you rather the other?
I think I'd rather the other. This is torture.
You'd rather die.
It's terrible.
Okay, so now what I need...
But I don't want to live with this noise anymore. And
I get it. You don't want to live with the noise anymore, but I'm going to tell you something right now. You better write down tonight what you've got to live for. And you better not write there to see my grandchildren go to high school. You better be writing down, I've got lots to live for because I want to share my gift with the world. I want to get this tinnitus better and then write a story about it. I want to do a video about it. I want to call out to the world that anxiety is going to destroy us all. We may not have tinnitus, but we'll have another itis, arthritis, okay? We'll have sinusitis, we'll have colitis, we'll have ulcerations in our body, we'll have cancer. What do you think cancer is? Cancer is an itis. It's a stage 4 itis. And you've got stage 4 inflammation right now, and that's why you're ringing. And understand, if you could smile, if you could connect to the lion heart breath, 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out, and learn how to calm down. And also, you need to watch me on Saturday, I promise. I'm going to do this at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock on Saturday, Texas time, which would be 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to do my whole stretching regime. And then I want you to use that video. And then, Ray, I'm going to actually do these stretches. And you need to start stretching. You need to start opening up. Okay, it's called Lengthen, Strengthen, Detox, and Tone. Now, whether you believe this or not, even your tinnitus problem is also a bowel liver problem. Do you get this?
Yes.
Okay, I hope you do, because it's from the bottom up, girl, and you got to get the cork out of your butt so you start draining it, okay? All right, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take anywhere from 8 to 10 drops of infinite iodine, and you're going to put that in a dropper, and you're going to put that in your ear, and you're going to do that as often as you can throughout the day. Now, if you're too busy to do it, I get it. But what I want you to do is twice a day if you can pull this off. And if you're at home, because of that, are you at home or do you work?
No, I'm retired. This all started when I retired.
Okay, then guess what? Okay, well, guess what? You had so much time when you retired to actually create so much more anxiety because you're addicted to adrenaline. Did you get this?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
The doctors tell me tinnitus comes from the brain.
Well, actually,
not the ears.
they're not lying. 1 second. They're not lying. They're not lying.
I was just wondering why.
I already told you that blue light, 5G, dehydration, okay, inflammatory thoughts, inflammatory foods are the cause of tinnitus. That's what I said. They're not lying.
Well, I've always eaten clean, so...
Oh, wait a second here. You can eat as clean as you want. I'd rather that you eat dirty and have really beautiful, high vibrational thoughts, because the invisible rules the physical. Did you get that? Your imagination and your thoughts. So here we go. Imagination creates thought. Thought creates emotion. Emotion creates frequency. Frequency triggers the hack, which is histamine, adrenaline, or cortisol, or the frequency will trigger dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins, and that's only because you are loving yourself. When you hate your life, when you get angry, when you get fearful, you dump histamine, adrenaline, and cortisol.
Yeah.
Okay, so the doctors are not wrong.
Because of the noise either.
What?
I don't sleep well because the noise keeps me awake.
Okay, but guess what? There's a lot of noise going on, so that maybe that you would shut up, shut down, and learn how to find inner peace. Because inner peace is what you've been lacking all your life.
I believe so too.
Well, it does. You know what? I'm going to tell you, I'm not a genius.
I know.
This is all just messages from the body. Okay, this dates back 10,000 years. This is all Chinese medicine. If you were to take my whole life coach certification course, we teach the whole thing. It's all part of it. Okay, you can take a look at a person's disease and you can tell what their emotions are. You can look at a person's emotions and know what diseases they're going to get. And it's got nothing to do with being a genius. It's just that, guess what? It's called body talk and people don't understand it. So now we're going to take what? 8 to 10 drops and put of the iodine, whatever we can lay down on our side. Okay, you can actually, and if you don't want to do that, get a spray pump. And it comes in a spray pump, and just spray, one spray, put it as close as you can, spray it into your ear, and just keep doing it. But the problem with infinite iodine is you can't put anything else in. I want you to do this 3 times a day because you're retired. What you're going to do is you're going to lay down at night. And you're going to lay down, first thing in the morning, again in the afternoon, and again at night, you're going to put in 8 to 10 drops of infinite iodine. You're going to let that soak for 3 minutes. Okay, because in 3 minutes it's done, it's disinfecting. Infinite iodine cannot be mixed with anything but distilled structured water. It cannot be mixed with anything else. It has to travel alone. Once you put that in, lay on your side, then what I want you to do, okay, is I want you to put in your ear, let me show you here. I want you to, you have an option to do one or the other. Okay, so this one here is called Ear Restore. This one here is called MCT C60. Our MCT C60 is coconut oil, okay? Yeah. MCT coconut oil. And it is C60. It is 300 times stronger in vitamin C. So do you think it might help? It's the strongest antioxidant that's on the planet. Nothing can touch it. This can actually neutralize the symptoms. Are you ready for this? This can neutralize all the symptoms of the V. Are you with me? So that's how powerful this is. Now, what you're going to do is you're only going to put in there, okay, just 2 to 3 drops. That's it. That's it. No more. This is not an expensive process. It just, you cannot call me up in one day and go, it hasn't changed.
No.
You can call me one day and say, hello, how are you? But you need to understand something. You cannot call me up in 3 days and grumble. You cannot call me up for 10 days. And you've got to follow this, and then we can re-strategize again. Is that a fair deal?
Yes.
Okay, because that's what you're going to do, because you're very impatient. And you've always been impatient. And that's the anxiety, and there's nothing wrong with you. You're a beautiful woman. Okay, it's just a program. I want you to know that. Okay, it's just a program.
So I'm going to put the MCT oil in my ear too?
Love, You're going to put the infinite iodine in, 8 to 10 drops. You're going to let it soak for 3 minutes.
Okay.
Then you're going to put a couple of drops, okay, of the MCT oil today. You're going to do it all day. Now, tomorrow you're going to switch over and you're going to do Ear Restore. Ear Restore is an essential oil. It won't burn. It's meant for healing. And I just want to use different frequencies. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, a frequency caused this problem. We're going to use different healing frequencies to unravel it. So now you're going to do the same thing and use a couple drops. Now, once you've done that, right away you can do this. You're going to take this silver bullet gel.
Okay.
And you're actually going to squeeze a little bit into your ear. Just squeeze it into your ear. All right?
Okay.
Put it in your ear. I'm going to tell you something. If you don't think that this is going to help, just know this. We have thousands of people that have had tinnitus so bad in your situation, and it works. So just know that. So when you tell me that it doesn't work, I'm going to tell you that you gave up. I'm going to tell you that you weren't doing the protocol. And now we're not done yet. We're not.
I'll put all this stuff and I'll start tomorrow morning.
We're not.
I'll start as soon as I get it.
Okay, sweetie, we're not done the protocol. Now I'm going to tell you the rest, and then we're going to go back through it again because I want to make sure you get it. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. You ready? Oh, you're going to love this. So what I want you to do is you're going to get a clapper. Right?
Okay.
Now, you can believe this or not believe this, but
I do clap with my hands. I clap.
No, but you'll never be able to, you won't be able to do enough. Okay? First of all, just so I want everybody to know how insane I am. Dr. Wolfe is insane, and I'm insanely happy, thank you. I'm not insanely miserable. But to be on this planet, you have to be insane, okay? And that's the deal. Because this is a crazy ride, everyone. This is a fun-filled, life-threatening game for everyone. And when I tell you that, I'm taking this off because I'm going to show you the clapping, okay? This is a fun-filled, life-threatening game. And here's the game. You got to get this. You know how you guys are kind of scared of the government and you hate them? Well, I don't hate them and I'm not scared of them. You know how you're scared of all the psycho rich people? Well, you are, and you hate them. And I don't hate them, and I'm not scared of them. I'm absolutely scared of nobody. And as long as you're scared of anything or anybody, you can't enjoy yourself down here. All they are is a bunch of bullies, okay? And guess what? We ignore the bullies, okay? And I just want to say this, everyone, so you get it. I've always been a rebel. I always thought outside the box. I want to tell you something. You know, when it comes to my health protocols, like my consultations, my courses, and our body work, we'll give you a money-back guarantee. What else do you want? So get off your butt and move forward. Now, the reality is everything I do differently. How about this? So when it comes to everything, think outside the box, okay? I pay no taxes legally. So understand, I don't do even what other natural health therapists do, because you need to understand, if I don't teach Ray how to heal this, she can come and get treatment from me all day long and for the rest of her life. And I'm just going to drain her of her money, just like every other practitioner. But I'm going to tell you what you need to do, Ray. And I don't know if you can do this or not, but I'm going to give you what we do with people when they can access us. When we're done this. First, I want to tell you everything you can do for yourself. Are you ready? So understand, I'm going to show you what I do. When I used to get tinnitus, you can believe this or not, but I used to do a half an hour just right here. Want to see what I did? Now, when I had tinnitus and I did this, oh my God, did the ringing get worse? Did it ever get worse?
Yes, it does get worse, yes.
And guess what?
I've done it.
Oh yeah, but guess what, Ray? You give up too easy. You give up way too easy. Okay, so I would do a half an hour, 15 minutes on down here. Then also on the TMJ, this is called the FU point. You guys use your imagination. I'm not going to swear, but this is the anger point. This is where we hold our anger. You make me so angry. I'm so stressed out. That could be you, Ray. Okay, and it is you. Okay, so you get all this anger in here and you freeze up all of this. You crystallize it. You create the inflammation and the scar tissue. So I take, and every second day, without fail, and sometimes every day, I will clap for an hour and 15 minutes still, Ray. Every second day, I do not miss. Do you know why? It de-stresses me. I don't get tinnitus. I don't get headaches anymore. I don't get the stiff neck anymore. I don't have the tension in my face. And look at, You know, there's no facelift on this guy. I'm not saying that I look that good, but I'll be 67 years old and I'm only getting started. So here, so I'll go here. You hear how loud that is? Now, for most of you, you will go, that is abusive. And I'm going to tell you, no, you're abusive. I know how, I want to master my pain. I'm not going to let it master me. So I will clap enough. I will clap my whole neck, my back, my face, my head, and I will be so euphoric. I will be so blissful and so at peace, because working with people today, do you know how many people are losing their stuff? I have never seen anything like this. They are yelling at my staff, freaking out. Everybody's losing it. And understand, everybody, you better be patient with your family, because do not lose it with your family. Stay connected to the Lionheart breath. Keep a slight smile on. Do not let your family rattle you, because if you're going to buy into this BS of these psychos, because they're coming for us again this fall, they're going to crush the economy, and you better make sure that you need to understand how that you suffering doesn't help anybody. What about some Braveheart heroes here? Okay, what about focusing only on what you want in your life and stay away from these guys and pretend they don't exist? And then band together as a family. That's what I'm trying to do, is try to see if we can get a real, you know, we're supposed to love and care for ourselves. So let's see if we can get there. Now, so here I'll do the front, I'll do the top, I'll do the back, I'll do underneath. Right here, how many people have a stiff neck? Okay, you need to clap right in here, that vagus nerve. You need to clap your shoulders and to really do it, okay? And right here, when your lymph nodes are swollen, you clap them. A medical doctor will say, oh, don't touch those, don't touch those. No, let's just leave them all jammed up, because, see, your lymph nodes will jam up as soon as you tighten up, okay? And that's what happens. That's why you get this swelling in here. Anger in here will cause your lymph nodes to jam. Anxiety will cause your neck to tighten, and now you don't have circulation in here, so now you get lymph node problems, and then they're going to tell you, oh my God, you've got stage 4 inflammation, we have to cut that out, we have to do a biopsy, okay, and all this craziness. The whole world's gone psycho, okay? Now, so first you're going to do is you're going to clap this whole area, right? What else you're going to do? Well, you're going to take the bottom of your ear restore bottle, and you're going to go in here and you're going to start going in all around, and you're going to find the crunchies. And you're going to go in here and you're going into your TMJ, and you're going to start breaking up that knot in here. You're going to work even in your neck, and you're going to feel the tension in your neck. Okay? Are you with me?
Yeah.
You're not going to hurt yourself.
No.
So just understand that. You're not going to end up hurting yourself.
Okay.
Okay? And you are hurting yourself right now by not taking massive action. So now, once I've clapped, and if I do some bottle work, then what I'm going to do is I want you to grab your ear. Now, I can grab my ear, and look at this, and I can pull it and go around in a circle, and there's no grinding, no crunching. It's totally loose and toned and beautiful, because I do this. And you, I guarantee, if you do it and grab it tight and go like this, it's going to go, and you're going to feel nerve pain. So why aren't you getting in there and moving your ear around and loosening things up? You're not even touching it. You know what? It's like this. We have all been taught that if we have a pain somewhere, or a lump or a bump or a strain, you don't touch it. Okay, and if there's anybody in the family, don't touch it. No, just run them to emergency.
Well,
okay?
I've done some ear work.
You what?
I still do. I do pull on my ear, and I've done it always for like 2 years
No,
now.
no, it's how you do it. I said grab it like this and go slowly in a circle. Look. And then go around the other way and go 10 times both directions. Look at me. And I want you to pull it that you feel a pulling down here. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's all connected. It's all connected. All right? Okay, so once you've done that, then you're going to do what I told you. Infinite iodine, 3 minutes, because remember, we've heated this up. If I clap this whole area, would I cause blood flow in here?
Yes.
If I did some, what we call one-shot therapy, and got in here and just sort of grind up the crystals around the area and underneath and back in here, a lot of people will find right in here, It's all crusty. You want to clean in there. I don't have it because I do this already. So you clean all that up, you break it all up. Okay, so we did the clamping, we did the bottle work, then we do the infinite iodine. No, my apologies. So we do the clapping with the clapper, then we do the bottle work, and then we take it and we move that ear and really feel it. I want your ear to feel a little bit hot and red because we've done so much work in circulation. Then I want you to put the infinite iodine in. I want you to wait for 3 minutes. That's 8 to 10 drops. After that, then I want you to put 2 drops of the MCT oil, C60, or you're going to do the Ear Restore 2 drops. Now I want you to do this no less than 3 times a day, the whole procedure. After you put that in, you're going to put a little squirt of silver bullet gel in. Then you're going to take a hot pack. Okay, you could take, like, if you're just going to lay there, you could get a Ziploc bag. If you had structured water, it actually works better. And I know you're not going to believe me, but you get a Ziploc bag, you put warm to hot water, just so it's not burning, in the Ziploc bag, and structured water if you can, and you put that bag on top, okay, and you leave it there. Now, what's that going to do? That's going to help to melt the silver. It's going to help to liquefy everything, and it's going to go deep into there. Now, if definitely at nighttime, you can only do 1 ear at a time, right? So let's just pick and do 1 ear in the morning with the long soak. Then let's do, like, first thing in the morning, get up and do 1 ear in the morning. And then let's do the worst one again at lunch. And then the one that's not so bad, we could do that at night. So at least. Now, if you wanted to do this 6 times a day, just know this, we're going to get there quicker. Do you get that?
Yes.
Ray, I'm going to tell you what people do. They read the bloody bottle, okay? That's what they do. They read the bottle. Let me see here. Yes, it says to take once a day. Well, that's because we have to put the minimal dosages on there because the FDA is always crawling up our butt. Understand, anybody that buys our products, you're getting the highest frequency products, but the reality is you need to call in and say, if I have this condition, what would you do, Dr. Wolfe? And I will tell you that we're always going to put the minimal. If you've got a 20-foot hole, should I give you a 5-foot ladder?
No.
Well, yeah, most people will. And then you think you're going to climb the ladder 4 times and you're out of the hole. No, it doesn't work that way. So now what we're going to do, so then we're going to just put that on and we're going to work with that. So what else do I want to tell you? Yes. The other thing that you can do when you're done is get DMSO rose cream, because I don't want you to put the gel. The gel is stronger and it's for more like joints and fibroids and tumors and scar tissue from cesareans and things of that nature. And I'm going to be talking to people. I'm going to try to do a 1 a day like this every day with someone. And also I'm going to be doing cesareans next week and how to reverse them. Okay? But anyways, the DMSO cream, I want you to rub that on 3 times a day minimum all around this area. Wash your hands when you're done. And the DMSO cream, especially here, okay? And then I also want you to take what's called Pain Away Essential Oil. Okay? Take Pain Away Essential Oil, just a few drops, and you can apply it after you put the DMSO cream on, but I want the Pain Away Essential Oil to go on the front and on the back and here as often as you can think about it. As often as you can think about it. Remember something, everybody. With DMSO gel or DMSO rose cream and with the Pain Away Essential Oil, we are not numbing you out. We are bringing up the vibration to bring down the inflammation, to get rid of the scar tissue formation, to get rid of the calcification and the crystallization. Because if you had complete circulation, you would have complete regeneration. And you need to get this, and that's the God's truth. Okay? Now, Saturday, I'll show you how to do the crab stretch, and I'll show you how to do the pelvic squats. Okay?
Thank you, doctor.
Now, on Saturday, when we do the crab stretch and we do the pelvic squats, I want you to do them with me. So I will come on at 10 o'clock Texas time, which is 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to come on and show this. And I want you to at least do that. And I want you to... I'm going to go very slow with the crab stretches and with the pelvic squats. And guys, if you want to master your health, I'm going to show you how to do it. This is going to take about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes because I'm going to breathe through it. I'm going to talk through it. I'm going to give you what I do, okay? I'm going to tell you, you know what? You may think I don't look that healthy. I feel great. And I'm going to tell you something. Take a picture of this because I am going to look so much better. You know, I was running a 20 room treatment clinic, and I'm going to tell you something. Do that. And then also we're building an app called Touch, which has cost us $250,000. That's going to be free to the world. And we are going to unleash our power because we have our own Facebook, we have our own YouTube, and we're going to be inviting all the world's most powerful healers on, and it's going to be for free.
God bless.
Okay? And understand something. My library is for free. Jump in there, everyone, and take a look at the do-it-yourself guide. There's lots of do-it-yourself stuff in it. But understand something. I'm going to tell you something, Ray. You gave up on yourself a long time ago. I need you to go reclaim your authentic self. And when we're done here, I want you to go look in the mirror and I want you to say, Ray, I will love, protect, respect, and honor you before anyone else or anything else. So help me God. And look right in your eyes and do that 10 times. And never go to the bathroom again. Never look in the mirror to do your makeup. Never brush your teeth again. Never do anything in the bathroom unless you're going to go do this. And when you go to bed tonight, I want you to do that. And then right at the very end, I want you to thank whatever you believe in, whatever God you believe in. I want you to thank whatever that is for you being completely healed. And thank whatever you believe in for ringing your doorbell and waking you up, because guess what? You don't want to die. And the reality is that the anxiety was going to kill you. And your anxiety has been torturing your family. But they love you and they don't want to tell you. But if you want to ask them, they might just say, hey, we love you. But yeah, you get pretty you've always had anxiety. You've always been anxious. Okay?
Okay. I'll talk to you on Saturday.
Just know this, okay? You find that God spot in your heart and you stop using other people to fill up your heart. The dog, the cat, the mother, the father, the children. Let me just say this. If you were to love yourself completely, your ears would not be ringing.
Well, we'll work on that.
Oh, you better work on that. And you don't need to work on that. You just need to love on that. Okay? It shouldn't be work at all to try to love yourself. But it is, because we've been programmed that it's a selfish act. And it is no selfish act. Okay? You need to be the main act in this story. You need to rewrite your story. Okay?
And I will.
Thanks for joining me, Ray.
I'll see you Saturday. Thank you so much for your time. Bless you.
You too, sweetie. All right, everybody. So I'm going to be here, and I'm flying to Kelowna. I think I owe them like 200 pesos. Anyways, they're relentless, but they're going to get it. See here, here, listen. Told you. So anyways, we're trying to pay them. Okay, so I'm going to be heading to Kelowna, British Columbia. I'm lecturing Wednesday night. I'm having a meet and greet at 6:30, and then I'll start the lecture at 7. If you want to come in person, it's at the Royal Anne Hotel on Bernard Street in Kelowna, British Columbia. If you can't make it, what I'll do is I will I'll be coming on live for that lecture. And also, guys, don't miss Dr. Sage Wolfe. He will be lecturing, let me see here. Dr. Sage Wolfe will be lecturing in person in Stuart, Florida at the Presbyterian Church, 6:30 on May the 2nd, Tuesday, May the 2nd. And also, after he's done there, he will be coming to Texas. He'll be in Texas for 3 weeks. And he will be doing treatments and trainings, personal if you'd like. He'll be doing treatments for everyone, consultations. And here's a Cellsonic right here, okay? And Rami, who lives in Texas here, and she is a master practitioner. She has the Cellsonic, and she does the non-surgical in Prosper, Texas. I did a lecture here the other night. I don't know if you saw it or not. But from here, I go to Kelowna. And why am I going to Kelowna? Because guess what? We have what's called a Perfect Day Manual, and I'm going to be finishing it there. It's a 400-page manual, and it is the most powerful health book you'll ever read, and it comes free with every Perfect Day consultation. You get that? And our perfect day consultation is $150. And guess what? We will give you guaranteed 6 weeks of unlimited support. And then let's say that the practitioner moves on, then you can call me or any of my other master trainers for the rest of your life. We will support you. Understand something. Remember what I said? The body sends messages out. And those messages are called symptoms. And those symptoms become diseases. Those diseases become autoimmune diseases. And those autoimmune diseases kill you, and they were just symptoms. And the problem is you went to a practitioner that treated you and didn't train you. I'll make you a guarantee. Don't spend a nickel with me then. Jump into my library and go there and spend 10 hours researching. Like, go take a look at how to become number one at the art of number two. Go look at Holy Crap, Your Holy Grail, the large intestine. Go take a look at the Highway to Health video. Go take a look at this one, the emotional intelligence of cancer, disease, and healing. And then tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. And understand, if an 8-year-old can't understand it, then it's BS. And I don't mean bad belief systems. I mean you-know-what, bullshitter, okay? So understand this right now. Stop being scared. These cycles will always try to bully you. And the more that they can cause fear in you, that's their orgasm. They get off on this. And they work for an evil entity on this planet, because if they didn't, why would they be trying to create all this suffering? Why? They're serving something so evil, you have no idea. And they're not getting one speck of energy from me, okay? And they can know it. I put them on notice, but they're not after me. They're after the people that are rotting out. You do know that if you have a disease, it doesn't matter what it is, okay? You've got worms. If you have a disease, you've got fungal problems. If you've got a disease, you've got bad bacterial problems. It's a parasite party. It's a disease. You're out of harmony. Just know this. I don't care what people say. They can tell you to go do a herbal cleanse or go do zeolite or go do pumpkin shells or whatever they want to do. But I carry the only humic fulvic in the world that is not processed with chemicals. And if you do a little bit of black diamond and a little bit of black gold every day, you're never going to have parasites and you're never going to have heavy metals pile up in your body. So understand this. Do you want to let things pile up and feel like crap and then go do a deep cleanse and feel like even crappier? I have also, just know this, that we have our sale on right now. It's called our spring into summer sale. So you might want to take advantage of that. And the other thing is that I have advanced water fasting coming up in a couple of weeks. And nobody does an advanced water fast like us. You should never just do a water fast. If you do high vibrational nutraceuticals that don't turn on your digestive tract and bypass your Krebs cycle, you can do an advanced water fast without a headache, without feeling sick or nauseous, and have energy all the way through, and it will unleash 400% more stem cells and create more autophagy than anything else. Understand, let's think about whatever we're doing in our life, and let's get in there and hack it, okay? And let's go in there and fill up our own heart. Let's not make other people responsible for it, because I'm going to tell you something. So you're going to tell me that because I unconditionally love myself, I'm dangerous? You're going to tell me because I unconditionally love myself, I'm hurting anyone? You're going to tell me that because I unconditionally love myself, I'm going to hell? Well, there you go, eh? Isn't that something? You know what? I've decided that I'm not going to buy into lies, because Santa does not exist. The tooth fairy doesn't exist, okay? All right? I'm not going to buy into their BS anymore about anything. I'll tell you what does exist, my spirit, and I'm going to feed it. Have a beautiful night, and we'll see you tomorrow.